Hi guys, welcome to Mad Garage. Today I'm going to change engine oil in my Honda Activa to Motul 10W30, and I'm also going to try the 3M's oil flush to see how effective it is. So first we need to pour the 3M's oil flush, and I'll just show you in a moment. Yeah, this is the one, and this engine flush has to be topped up to the existing engine oil, and then you need to allow the engine to run for at least 15 to 20 minutes. And it's in the instruction, it's mentioned that you need to rise or increase the RPM. I'm not sure how it's going to work with Activa, but let me try. Maybe I'll drive the vehicle for 15 minutes, or maybe I'll take it for 5 to 10 kilometers. So now first we need to remove this. This is where you pour the engine oil, but it's a bit tight. So I'm going to use this pliers to remove that. It's a bit hard. A little more effort. It seems that it's going to break. It's very soft actually. Yeah, there we go. So now it's loose. So we can remove it with unscrewing it normally, and that's a dipstick. So oil is pretty bad. So now with this funnel, I'm going to pour the flush, but I need to remove the cap and the flush because it has aluminium strapping in front. I need to do that with one hand. Please bear with me. It's very hard actually. Okay, let me hold the camera. Okay. Yep. So I've removed that, and now I'm going to pour it in. So this funnel is very useful. It's flexible, like you can use it for your bikes as well as for any scooters, or even you can use it to fill diesel or petrol. It's very useful actually. It sits right in the hole, so it will not spill out. So now done. I have screwed it temporarily, not tighten it. So now I didn't show you that I've just started the engine and just cropped those clips. So now we need to remove the screws. This is the filter screw where you have the filter in it, the oil filter. The other one is the drain bolt on the other side. So I'm going to use an old vessel to drain it, drain the old oil. So I've ridden the scooter for 15 minutes hardly, approximately maybe 5 to 6 kilometers. So that the flush will circulate inside the engine. So this is the tool I use. It is Stanley. It's one of the tools that I have, and the Motul that I'm going to use it in the engine. So it is 10W30 for Activa. So actually I don't have anyone to hold the camera, so I'm just struggling with that. Sorry about it. Maybe next time I'll try with a tripod. So the camera's in my head mount. I'm not sure if it is visible. Yep, there we go. It smells good actually. But before that, let me first unscrew it again, because I might accidentally push it out. So this is the drain bolt that you're seeing over there, which we need to remove it. So use the Stanley tool to remove it. Don't use, see, it's less slipping out even in Stanley. If you're using the rings, there are chances where you might slip the thread in it, because it is aluminium, so it'll easily slip. So there goes. The old oil is coming out. Make sure you use the correct the threaded Stanley, because if you're using a too bigger one, it might slip the thread, and you might not be able to remove the screw at all. You need to take it to somewhere else, to a local service center, and they might use some other tool to remove it. So be careful with that. So this overall body is like, it's aluminium, the engine case and everything. So don't over tight it, and be very careful with that, because you might crack it. So it's almost done. Now we need to go to the other side, to the filter, the oil filter. So the Honda Activa did not it did not require filter change like we do for other bikes. Like we have in the Dukes, the Pulsars, the Dominers. So where you need to change the filter every time. But for Activa, it seems that the service center people are saying that you don't need to change that unless it is too bad. So and again, it is like it is a very thick material, so it need not be changed. You can use you can soak a old cloth in a diesel, and you can just wipe it off, and that's enough. You don't have to change it. I guess you can use it for at least 20,000 kilometers, so it shouldn't be an issue. And last time when I left the bike, when I mean the scooter for service, they didn't tight it properly, and there was a oil leak. And again, I took it them, and they added some sealant. So see, it's coming out. This is the sealant they added, which is not required actually. They didn't put it properly. The thread was not placed correctly, so there was a leak. And these people are useless. So that's the reason why I started to do everything by myself. So this is the filter. So I guess you're able to see. I'm not sure because the camera is down. Uh, it is a metal netted filter, so we can just use any cloth. So this is the cloth that I soaked in diesel. So I'm just wiping it off. There's few dirts in it, so you can just wipe it off. And there's a spring as well. Just wipe it with a cloth, the same cloth. Use diesel, kerosene, or maybe WD-40, which is very good in cleaning the rust and everything. I also make another video and show you how WD-40 works and removes rust. It is actually a very good lubricant to remove those. So these people are spoiled. They've just added some sealant over there. It's all like layers in it, which is not required. They would have removed it and screwed it properly. So I would recommend everybody to do this at home, because you don't have to waste money in the service center. And again, they are not going to. You will not know whether they are cleaning all this stuff. You're going to leave the scooter and going to take it for delivery, and they will say that they have done everything, but you're not going to see that. So this hardly takes 20 to 30 minutes for you to change the oil. So maybe you can do it on a weekend. So now it is clean. You can see that the color itself is changed after I wipe it with diesel soap cloth. So now I need to put it back, and I need to be careful that I put the thread properly, because there's a spring which will not allow you to enter the thread. It might it might go cross. So yep, it's going on, I guess. And don't ever over tight it. As I said, it is aluminium. It'll easily crack, or the thread might go off, and then you will end up changing the complete the case itself, which will cost you more. That too, in Honda they'll charge you more. Be very careful when you tight it. Don't over tight it. So now it is done. Now it is time to fill the sump with new oil. So yeah, so we need to screw this as well. I didn't put the screws over here. So make sure you don't have any dirt in the thread, and also there is a O-ring in the the screw, and make sure you wipe the O-ring, otherwise the oil will start leaking over there. So use diesel or kerosene to clean it up. If there is any oil stains, make sure you clean it. Otherwise the O-ring, the oil will start leaking from the O-ring. It is always better to change that, but it's not required for the scooter because the pressure will not be that much, so it's not required. But it will be safe that if you change the O-ring every time, you change the oil. So not too tight. Yep, that's it. Done. Wipe it off and then just check everything is correct. Yep. I just felt it is not, in the correct position. So I just unscrew it and then screw it again. Because sometimes it will go cross and it might start leaking over there. Yep, done. And that will become too tight. I'm not sure why. That is the rubber-like material. Even though you tied it with the hand, it will become too tight again. Yep. So that's the dipstick. And now with the funnel, we will fill the new fluid over there. Make sure the funnel sits properly, otherwise you will waste all the oil. So I need to remove that, but okay. I actually recorded the voice after I took the video, so so that I thought it will be clear. So Motul is actually very good. It completely changed the engine sound. You'll definitely feel it. You might not feel it as soon as you change it. It might take at least if you drive it for 20-30 kilometers, there'll be a change in it. There'll be definitely a change. You'll feel the smoothness. Honda is already smooth, but still you'll feel the exact smoothness. But the oil that the service people change, I don't think if they're changing it in the first place, because we're not going to see that, because they have huge numbers coming in. So sometimes they might forget to change the oil itself. So you cannot blame them, and you can also cannot go and check that. So that's the reason why I started doing everything myself. So that's it. I've changed it. So I'm wiping the dipstick. Make sure not too tight it, because that will also lose the thread if you tight it too much. So now let's start the engine. So let's crank it. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, it will take some time for you to feel the change. Take it for a ride and try to do everything by yourself. And hope this video helped. Thank you so much for watching, and we will meet next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.